Good morning. Welcome back to Tuesday Writing. Let me share my screen with you so we can get started. So today is Tuesday, May 12th, 2020. And we're going to focus on writing a closing for our how-to writing. So we've already written our introduction. We've written our steps. We revised our steps yesterday, which some of them looked super great. I can't wait until tomorrow. I'll tell you what we're doing tomorrow. Today is going to be writing our closing because we can't have a how-to story without a closing. All right, so our learning target for today is I can write a conclusion for a how-to writing piece. So this is no different from any writing piece. We always need to make sure that our writing has a conclusion, which means we need to wrap it up. We can't just end our story with our steps because I want to give some more information at the end. So I have a great video to show you on how to write our closing.
How-to Writing, Episode 5, Writing a Closing. I'm writing to teach others how to grow a plant. I'm almost finished. I just need to write a closing. A closing or conclusion is the last part of your writing. We use a closing to wrap it up. We want the reader to feel a sense of closure. Sometimes you may ask a question or tell a hope in your closing. Before I write my conclusion, I'm going to reread my writing starting from the introduction. Have you ever seen a beautiful flower and thought, I would like to have a flower like that? Read this book to learn all about how to grow your own plant. You will need a pot, soil, seeds, a small shovel, and a watering can. First, you should use a small shovel to fill your flower pot with soil. Next, poke 3 or 4 holes in the soil and drop a seed in each hole. Then, cover the seeds with soil and sprinkle water into the pot with a watering can. Last, put the pot in the sun and wait for your plant to grow. Don't forget to add more water when the soil gets dry. Now for my closing. Are you ready to plant a flower? I hope this writing helped you learn how to grow your own plant. I started with a question and ended with something I hope. That's it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Teaching Without Frills for more videos about writing.
Okay. I'm going to add something here because I forgot. So what is how to write enclosure? So it's the last part of your writing and it's a wrap up. So we want to wrap it all up. And I forgot to add this. So you want to ask a question and or include a hope. So just like she did. So mostly these two things are the most important. Your closing is going to have probably 2 sentences, 1 question and 1 hope, just like our friend did with her planting a seed writing. So most importantly, we just want to wrap it all up. We just don't want our story to end with our steps. We just want to give it a nice little pretty bow on the end. So I'm going to show you how to write a good closure for my story, my taco story. And then you're going to do it for your story. So the first thing I need to do is I need to go to my Google document. If you notice, I have my Google document up here on the top of my computer because I like to keep it there because I know that I'm using it every single day. Remember yesterday I said every single day you need to be using that same Google document. So you need to put it in a safe place that you can get to every single day. So the first thing I need to do is I need to go back and I need to reread everything that I wrote so far. So remember when we worked on our introduction, we did it in parts first. So I can just go down to the last part where I put all of my parts together. So I'm just going to read this. So this is my introduction. Do you know how to make tacos? Read this book to learn all about how to make tacos from home. You will need a parent to help you use the stove and knives. You will need ground beef, a pan, lettuce, tomatoes, taco shells, and don't forget the cheese. So that's my introduction. So I just want to remind myself what I'm writing about before I write my conclusion. So Now I'm going to go to my steps. So my steps should be perfect by now because I spent 2 days on them. One day I spent writing them, which was Friday, and yesterday we spent time revising them, which was adding more details and making sure that I included everything. So they should be perfect by now. First, you need to take out all of your ingredients from the fridge. Take out the ground beef, tomatoes, lettuce, cheese, and taco shells and put them on the counter. Next, you need to call over a parent to help you turn on the stove. You need to heat a pan with oil on the stove and cook your ground beef with a spatula until it is brown. Make sure there is no red left. Then you need a parent to help you slice the tomatoes and lettuce using a knife. Make sure to cut on a cutting board. Step 4. Last, you need to put your tacos together. Get your shells, add your ground beef to it using a spoon. Next, add the cheese, lettuce, and tomatoes. Then take a big bite and enjoy. Yum. So now you're going to go down here where it says part 5. So part 5 says writing a conclusion or a closure is what we used in the YouTube video. So it's you can either call it a closure or a conclusion. It's the same thing. So you're going to make sure that you're going down here to part 5. Remember, you should have stopped right here after yesterday, part 4. Now we're going to go down here to part 5. So I need to write my conclusion. So I'm going to go back to my video. This is what is included in my conclusion. It just tells me it's the last part of my writing. I want to wrap it all up. I want to make sure I ask a question. I'm going to take out this or because I want you to ask a question and include a hope. So I want you to do both of those things in your conclusion. So your conclusion is 2 sentences. 1 sentence for your question, 1 sentence for your hope. So I'm going to show you with my taco story. So I want to start with my question. Are you ready to make tacos? Are you ready to make tacos? Yeah, I see some thumbs up. Okay, that is my question. I'm asking you now if you're ready to make tacos. And now I'm going to share a hope. So after I wrote all of these things, what do I hope for you to be able to do from me writing this story? That is my hope. So I hope this writing helped you learn how to make your own tacos at home. That is what I wrote about. So my hope is that this writing, by me writing this how-to story about how to make tacos, that it helped you learn how to make your own tacos at home. Because maybe you don't know how to make tacos at home, and that's perfectly fine. That is why I wrote this, because I hope that you reading the story, that now you can make tacos at home. So, easy peasy. 2 sentences, 1 question, 1 hope. So are you ready to make tacos? So remember, a question is something you can either answer yes or no to. And then my hope. I hope this writing helped you learn how to make your own tacos at home. Okay. So now it's going to be your turn. You're going to go onto your Google Classroom and you want to make sure you pull up that document. So remember, it's a document that we started on 5/7. So it's how to student document right here. It's not going to be under today. So if you go to Tuesday, 5/12, it's not going to be under there because I don't want you to start a brand new one. I want you to continue on the one that we started from Thursday. So you need to make sure you either go up here to Thursday and re-click on it, or it should be saved in your documents over here. If you click on your documents, it should be there, or your drive somewhere. It's somewhere here. So either click on drive first, and it should be there with all of your classroom assignments. If not, go to Thursday 5/7 and click on that one, because you're going to need to continue working on it, because you don't want to start a brand new page. You want to make sure that you have all of this information from the past couple days that you've been working on, because tomorrow is when we're gonna make it into a story. So I'm gonna just stop sharing my screen with you real quick so I can talk a little bit about what we're gonna do tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to take all of the parts because that's on a Google document. So it's not really in a story format yet. So we kind of want to make what we have done these past couple of days into somewhat of a story. I know it's not going to really be a story like we do at school where we have it on a piece of paper and we hang it outside our classroom. We're going to be doing it in something called Google Slides. So like each slide is kind of going to be like a page in a book. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit longer of a lesson because I'm going to go through Google Slides and I'm going to show you exactly what to do on each slide, how we're going to copy everything over from our document onto the slides, how we add our background, how we make it colorful, all that stuff that goes into kind of making a story if you were to do it with a pencil and markers and crayons at school. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. So boys and girls, I need you to make sure by the end of today, so today is Tuesday, May 12th, you need to make sure that you're all done with your parts of your how-to story. So you need to make sure that you did the brainstorming piece. You need to make sure you did your introduction. You need to make sure that you did your steps and revising your steps, and you need to make sure to do your conclusion. You cannot do tomorrow's lesson unless you do all of those parts. So if you have not finished all of those parts, then you should not do tomorrow's lesson until you are all done. So however long that takes you, you should be doing one lesson, one part a day. That's why we do a video every single day. So you do a little bit every day and not all of it in one chunk where it's so much. That's why we do a little bit every single day. But you need to make sure by the end of today, if you are not done planning on that document, that you need to go back and you need to do it. You cannot do tomorrow's lesson without all of your parts, because how are you going to make a story if you're missing a part? All right, I can't wait until tomorrow. Bye.